It was 6 years ago. I went to Dimmock, PA. I went with Ramsey Adams and Robert Kenny Jr. and some other folks from New York who were living in areas where hydrofracking was coming. And so we went to Dimmock to listen to the experiences of the people there, and I saw what was completely unbelievable to me, which was that they couldn't drink the well or drink the water that was coming out of the wells, or bathe in that water, or cook in that water. And there was really no pathway for justice for those people.
And tell me a little bit about the organization that you started and what work you've done in terms of advocacy.
So I started working with a lot of different organizations at that point. I felt it was my civic duty to use my celebrity to be able to bring a spotlight on the stories of the victims who had been all but completely ignored by the media, by the state agencies that were supposed to be helping them. And so I worked with Frack Action, I worked with Catskill Mountain Keeper, I worked with Catskill Catskill Citizens for Sane Energy. And out of that time, I started to learn more and more about extreme energy extraction, whether it was mountaintop removal, tar sands, hydrofracking, deep sea drilling. All of these things were destroying fresh water. And I wanted to find a way to talk about these issues in a way that didn't polarize people, that brought people together. And I realized that water was the victim of many of these things, clean, fresh water. I also, at that time, could see what the future was held for us as far as climate change went. There's going to be more and more droughts, and our water was going to become more and more precious as population grew. And so I created Water Defense as a way to message our importance and reliance on this precious resource.
So, and can you tell me a little bit about what happened when you went to the governor's office today, and what were you expecting?
Well, we walked up, only one person was allowed to go into the office to deliver the 30 petitions that we came with. I was elected to do it. And when I went in, everyone is very, very respectful and helpful. And the governor's secretary was there, and I got to speak a word with her and tell her what we were doing there. She was very kind. And
have you had any interaction with any state officials in terms of, because right now we have the severance tax going on,
yeah,
which basically is taking money from the industry to fund education,
yeah,
and some regulatory activities.
Yeah, I see it as a way to become more and more addicted to a really horrible process. It's like a drug dealer giving money to a school. It doesn't make it right, you know. And I've reached out to Governor Wolf to ask for a meeting. I've sent him along correspondence explaining to him what I've come to know of this issue, having dealt with it for 6 years pretty intensely. I've been in talks with Governor Cuomo's office. I've spoke with Governor Cuomo. He was willing to listen. I don't see why Governor Wolf isn't. But we've made overtures. I hope this begins to pave the way. I took the little boy that was with us, Adam Headley, a 6-year-old boy who's living on a contaminated farm, to meet the governor's secretary and to hear his story. And she listened patiently, and that's what we're talking about here. It doesn't matter how much money you put in education if you're poisoning your kids.